Hello, awesome entrepreneurs. I am in sweaty, hair up, crazy mode. I had a client this morning, but I wanted to kind of talk about a topic that we had discussed in the group and give more feedback on that because I think it is important. Someone had asked about doing a sale or a promotion versus a special. And I had mentioned that I actually don't like to do sales. I do one a year. My clients know it and they wait for it. But I don't like to do sales. It has been said that they devalue or cheapen your brand. And I would tend to agree. And anytime you think of, like, let's say Michael's, do you ever go into Michael's and pay full price for something without having some sort of coupon? The answer is most likely no. I love Michael's, but there's always a coupon. There's always a sale. Why would you pay full price for something when there's always a sale? Does that make you wonder if maybe the price is not really worth it? It would make me wonder. So if you're watching right now, just put a note in the comments. Let me know where you're at, where you're from, what you do, and let's talk about sales versus specials. So I do a Black Friday sale every year, and it is just a straight $200 off of a session by a certain date. And the reason I do that is because it's fun, and a lot of my past clients take advantage of it. Because they are past clients, they know the cost of products. That is not a surprise to them. And I am very, very, very clear that the products are not included. This is just a coupon that offers you $200 off of the session fee, and that's it. What you need to be careful of is getting into a cycle of minis. And I've seen so many photographers do this, and it can be brand suicide. So what I'm talking about is when you keep offering mini sessions and you offer them 4 or 5 times a year, and they're basically a regular session. You don't want it to look exactly like a regular session. It needs to be different. It needs to have a value that is separate from a full session. What you also need to do is set it up so that that is a lead-in for a full session. Mini should be a marketing thing, a marketing tool. It should not be something that you're constantly catering to the same people over and over again. Mini should be a tool that's available to cater to clients who book the full sessions. And now there's this awesome, amazing opportunity so that they can get a mini session. So one session that was brought up is a unicorn session. I've also seen princesses. I've seen hot chocolate with Santa around the holidays. And when these are different, then they're not full family photos. You're still going to have someone booking to get their family session in because it's not a replacement for family photos. It's an add-on. So what I see happen with photographers is they get in this cycle where all they do is minis. And then they wonder why no one is booking their full session. Well, if you offer basically a full session just shorter at a lower price point, of course they're going to choose that. If that's what they are worried about and they want the full session, but they don't want to pay that much, then yeah, they're definitely going to jump on that. Your minis are a marketing tool, and you need to use them as such. Marketing to bring in new clients, marketing specifically for past clients. Maybe you have a mini that's kind of a pain in the butt to pull off. Maybe if it is a unicorn session, you have to like rent a horse and go to a special field that allows animals or whatever. That's not something that you should do for people that you don't know. Do that for your past clients. Give them a reason to book their full session. And when they see that they have access to these other fun things, it's kind of another bonus for them to book. So I know we have people watching. Do you guys have any questions on what I've said so far? If you have a question, leave it in the comments. And even if you're just watching and want to say hi, say hi. So let's talk about, there's the minis and then there's limited edition sessions. The difference, I don't know that anyone has actually gone in and like documented a definition of these, but from my perspective, minis are set up maybe on one day or maybe 2 days, maybe a weekend, and it's just back to back to back to back to back to back sessions. This happens very, very often in Boudoir in January. And I see these minis and these marathons all the time. Hi, Ashley. Oh, thank you. This lip color, one of my clients told me about, it's called Lady Balls. So sorry, I got sidetracked. But minis are back to back to back, whereas limited edition sessions, which is what I prefer to do, is a special session that is only offered during a certain time, and someone can opt to have that session by itself, or they can add it on to a full session. Hey, Tori! Isn't it fun? It's called Lady Balls. So for instance, I have 3 limited edition sessions that I do every year, and they last for a month. And anyone that wants to do just the limited edition can do that. It is a lower session fee because it has fewer outfits, less to edit, but the product prices are still the same because the value of the photos doesn't change. It's just a shorter session. So that gives me the opportunity to reach out to past clients with special sessions that they may not have had in their regular session. And my clients love these fun sessions. They're so much fun to come in and do something a little different. Like I said, it is a lower session fee. I have one coming up in April that will look a little different as well, but it gives them the option to either add that onto their full session that month or to book that specifically by itself with the product prices not changing because the value of the photo is still there. Now, let me look at questions. Amanda said, if I want to do fewer family sessions sporadically and do more short sessions so I don't lose my current clients due to price increases, do mini sessions make more sense? I would say it really depends on whether you want to group them together or not. So do you want to do a day of mini sessions, which from a time perspective makes more sense. So if you are going to have to drive to a special location to do 20 minutes of shooting, but it's still an hour travel time, like that's crazy. Why would you set yourself up for that? That sucks. I would never do it. So I would do one day, exactly, Amanda, yes. So I would do one day, one location, and do several sessions then, if that's what you wanted to do. But again, if you don't want people to use it as a replacement for a full session, you need to make it different. You need to make the photos look completely different from what you normally do. You need to make sure that there's something that sets it apart. Otherwise, they're going to replace a full family session with a mini family session because they look the same. Why wouldn't they? Whereas if you did, like, I really, really want to do awkward family photos, but I don't shoot family, so it doesn't make sense for me. But like, how fun would that be to set up awkward family photos that has like one person looking off this way and one person? And depending on your audience, that could be a ton of fun, but it's different from a regular family session. It may not be something they're going to blow up huge on their wall. Therefore, it is not a replacement for a family session. Another option with the seasons coming up is you could don't do live animals unless you have proper training and permits. But with the season coming up, you could do, gosh, I'm trying to think of spring. You could do a rain session and say, especially if it's something you want to do, like think of that too. The sessions the limited edition ones are because I want to do them because I'm like, ooh, this sounds like fun. It's not something that I feel like I have to do. It's something that I want to do. So you could say, okay, people, I live in, let's say, Arvada. If you are willing to be on call, we are supposed to have rain for the next week. I really want to shoot a rain session. So if you're willing to be on call and when it starts to rain, I will call you and you live within 10, 15 minutes of me, let's go shoot in the rain. I will do your session for this cost. And that does not include any products, including digitals. So you could set it up that way too. I did that with snow because I really wanted to shoot a snow session. Worked so well. So think about the things that you want to do and set yourself up for success based on what you want to do, not necessarily what you feel you have to or need to do. So the example that someone brought up was unicorn sessions. And I think that's perfect for minis instead of limited edition because you probably have to rent the unicorn and have it there all day. You could do, gosh, think of all the fun things like superhero sessions. I happen to know someone whose husband is Batman. I'm just saying. But you could do like superhero. How fun would that be? And just pay him for a day to come out and sit with the kiddos and they could do Batman sessions. Think of all the fun things that you could do. And these can be add-ons. They are additional and separate from a full session. And that is how you will set yourself up for success when it comes to minis or limited edition. Make them very, very different. So I feel like I've been talking forever. It's only been 11 minutes, but does anyone have any questions? If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I will definitely answer them later. I know that a lot of people watch the replays, but I actually don't do boudoir minis at all. I don't. It does not fit my brand very well. I want my clients to have an unbelievable elevated experience, and a mini does not give them that. To shoot for 20 minutes and hope for the best, like that's shitty. I hate that. So I don't do boudoir minis at all. I have done limited edition sessions, which sometimes require pretty full-on sets, but it's a lot of fun. It's something, when I have the set already set up in the studio, I can shoot it separately or they can add it on to a full session. It works very, very well. So, any questions? My hair is like falling down. If there's anything that I can answer for you, let me know. The podcast had to be moved back, the release of the podcast, to the end of March. I apologize. I had a death in the family. That kind of threw us into a little bit of a tailspin with family and everything going on. So that is moved back to the end of March. And as always, if you guys have any questions, let me know. The website fun stuff will be coming out next month. So make sure you're on the email list to get advance notification. And have a wonderful afternoon.